What's good, YouTube? We have the 5th place from the Brooklyn Regionals, and it is Metalfoes. A pretty good look at the deck, 40 cards, slim and trim. And the pilot was Matthew Narvaez. So let's get into this 7-1-1 report, only losing to the Mermail Frog player, I believe, that we featured. So let's get into the deck, and then the tournament report. 3 Volflame, 3 Gold Driver, 3 Silvered, 3 Steelin, 1 copy of Kieran, triple Gofu, 1 Luster, 1 Rabbit, triple Boombuku, triple Eccentric, triple Bismugear, triple Painful Decision, double Desires, 1 Metalfoes Fusion, 1 Full Metalfoes Fusion, 1 Counter, double Barrier, 1 Emptiness, double Combo. We have Orichalc, Adamant, and the triple Mithrilium, double Alkahest going full on. We've got Tzolkin, Void Ogre, Psyframe Lord Omega, Crystal Wing, and Ignister. We've got the Utopia package and Breaksword. Sorry, it was kind of sent this way. It probably got automatic. Double Maxi, triple MST, double Sideblocker, triple Retaliating Seed, double Gamma Seal, and triple System Down. So he says, I finished X1-1, losing only to Mermail Frogs with main deck Anti-Spell Fragrance. Round 1, mirror match, 2-1. Game 1, I lost the dice roll. He starts off with a strong Boombuku, Kieran, and Emptiness, and my hand was strong until he flipped Vanity's Emptiness. Game 2, I opened strong with Kieran, Boombuku, along with the Quick Play with a Metalphone hand. We go into Game 3, and now because Kieran is too strong. Game 3, he opens Kieran again as well, but I was able to push through his board by baiting Kieran and overpowering him with Ignister. Round 2, Yosinju 2-1. Game 1, he opens Dimensional Fissure and sets no traps because his hand was full of Yo-Boo-Boos. Later in the game, I tried to attack for game, but I end up losing to a Speedroid Menko, switching all my monsters to defense mode, and then he breaks my board with all the monsters he summons. Game 2, I start with a decent board. Next turn, he opens with Dimensional Fissure again, but I was able to MST. He then Kaiju Slumbers my field away, but it wasn't enough to beat me. Next turn, I OTK him, avoiding the Menko this time. Game 3, he wanted to go second, which was surprising. I open up Ultimaya, Crystal Wing, and Sideblocker, calling Kaiju Slumber so I don't lose anything. Next turn, he summons a Yosinju, but I immediately negate with Crystal Wing. Next turn, I call Speedroid Menko with Blocker, which I called it right and proceeded to attack for game. Round 3, Infernoids with Lightshorn 2-0. Game 1, I win the dice roll. Going first, making a Kieran Mithrilium backed up with the combo slash quick play combo, so he really didn't have anything. Game 2, he bricked. Nothing I can say about it. Round 4, Domain Monarch 2-0. Game 1, I go first, making a strong board. Again, he bricked really hard as well, opening multiple Squires. Game 2, it was a grind game until he dropped Vanity's Fiend, but I decked an Eccentric to pop it and Pendulum Summon 5 back for game. Round 5, Paleozoic Frogs with Demise 2-1. Game 1, he sets 5 and passes, couldn't play around it, and by the time he had multiple Paleozoics on board, I scoop it up from there. Game 2, I go first, opening Alkahest and Vanillas and quick play combo play. Next turn, he sets more back row and passes. Later in the game, he dark holes my board, but I chain quick play fusion to make Orichalc to pop his last set, and then I win the next turn. Game 3, he bricked with 3 of the same Paleozoic trap with the shrink effect, and I make a board with Mithrilium, Orichalc, and Alkahest to win from there. I don't recall the shrink effect. I don't know what he means by that. Is there a shrink one? Round 6, Frog Paleozoics 2-1. Game 1, he goes first with Totally Awesome. First turn in the back row, like Dimensional Barrier and 2 Reckless Greeds. He had too much advantage. Is that Hallucigenia as the shrink one? It's been so long since I've read through the extra ones. Game 2, I will start with the usual strong board, this time with Alkahest to steal his Swap Frog and prevent him from summoning Toad to grind through the traps. Game 3, grind game this time, with me having the Maxi hindering his plays along with being locked out of Reckless Greed's effect. Next turn, I dealt double piercing damage with the Orichalc to win the game. Round 7, the Mermail Frogs with Anti-Spell. Game 1, he opened pretty good, setting a back row. Me thinking it's Abyssphere or something, turned out to be Anti-Spell, and I lose from there. Game 2, I make a board, and a 6 card was Anti-Spell, but I drew Sideblocker the next turn to nullify it. Game 3, he opens Toad, Solemn Warning, Twin Twister, and Anti-Spell. Couldn't beat it, so I take the first loss of the day. Round 8, the mirror match 1-1. This is a friend from my local. He game 1 he opened strong with Kieran and some back row that like Solemn Strike, so I couldn't do anything. Game 2 I opened Ultimaya, Crystal Wing, and Vanillas with combination and the quick play. He activates Darkhold the next turn, but I was able to hang in there throughout the game. It became a grind game because I was able to keep using Metalfoes combination, search more Metalfoes monsters, abusing Ignister and Mithrilium's effects to win the game, but unfortunately we were in time by now. Round 9, the bubble. Mermails again. Game 1, I lose the dice roll, but he bricked pretty bad by just setting a monster and passing while my hand was very strong. Game 2, he starts again making an Abyssgaios and Prince. I make Ignister next turn to shuffle away his Abyssgaios and Pendulum Summon 5 for game. Well, that's pretty intense that Ignister's got his effect. Didn't play ABC, unfortunately, so my system downs were dead. Sidewalker and Rescue Rabbit were the MVPs of the day. The changes I would definitely make are Cosmic Cyclones and probably also citing Darkhold and Regeki. My worst fear was the Frog matchup, but I was able to beat both of them, so that is a plus. And his one shout out to all my friends from Squiggy's Dugout. So there you have it, Matthew Narvaez's 5th place, I believe, Metalfoes deck profile from the Brooklyn Regionals. And sorry about that. Thanks for watching, guys.